when you do.
Oops. And then I did it black.
Sound on?
Yep. I
All
just see the little green things. Is it on?
Can you hear me, everyone? If you can hear me, let me know. Sound on? There we go. All right. Okay, we're good. Good morning, everybody. We're going to do a live stream this morning. Can you raise that second camera up a little bit, bud?
This one?
Just raise it up a little bit. I got my, perfect. Not too much, not too much. My son's helping me here run the system and do this live stream. We're going to take some questions this morning. We're going to talk about some of the big plans. A lot of you have been following our weekly videos, and you know we are planning on moving this whole homestead. We have an offer on the house. We're not yet in contract. The offer is still moving forward, though, and so we're hoping to be in contract soon. We actually had the inspections done this week, and so we're going to keep moving forward, planning that this is going to go through, and with that we have to build a tiny home and move ourselves into an apartment for a while, and there's just tons to do. So we figured this morning would be a good chance to get together and chat a little bit, talk about what the updates are, and take any of your questions. You can ask questions on the move or our plans. You can also just ask questions on anything homesteading in general. I'd be happy to answer those questions too. Make sure to tag @homesteady when you have a question in the chat box. I believe if you do the @ and then homesteady, it will make it orange. If that doesn't work, just in all caps type in homesteady ? Just so I can see it when I'm scrolling through the chat box. And we'll be sure to get to as many questions as we can this morning. We have a busy day. We're going to be doing we're going to walk the property and start working on packing up this place. So we have a lot of big stuff going on there. But we should be able to at least spend a little time with you this morning chatting. So let's say hello to whoever's here. We have Camden and Joseph, Kevin. We have Gigi and Rusty Nail, Hubbard's Hillside. Let's see, Marie, Eusis. Alex, Mark, welcome everybody. Daphne, Red Tank Girl, everyone in the chat box, thanks for joining us. And like I said, if you have any questions, be sure just to tag @homesteady. Can you focus this camera, bud? This camera does not look focused. It looks blurry. Let me know, everybody. This camera right here looks a little bit blurry. So make sure it looks good.
That's good.
All right. So the first question coming in is, do we plan to move all our animals to the new home? One trip? How? One trip or multiple trips? That was much better, bud. That looks focused. So great way to start off the discussion. We are planning on bringing almost every animal on this farm, except for really the guineas. Pretty much all the animals are going to be coming with us. It's going to be a ton of work to get them all with us. We're planning on doing 2 moves with animals, and here's how this is going to work. So we're going to be going down this month. Too much noise. We're going to be going down this month and moving a lot of the unnecessary stuff, and included in that will be unnecessary animals. So we're talking about goats, obviously, right? We're going to be moving the goats to so 2 of those goats that we have right now are actually not our goats. They're Kendra's aunt's goats, and they're going to be going down in April, and they'll be for good on Kay's aunt's farm for good at that point. Our goat, so we have the female older doe is ours. She will go down with the other 2 and stay with them at Kay's aunt's for the next month or so as we continue moving everything else. So that initial trip, goats will probably just be in the van. We have many times moved goats in the van. They'll be in puppy carriers. It's going to be a noisy 7-hour drive because those goats make a lot of noise. Usually what we'll do is we'll just drape
And the baby's gonna be squirting
Oh,
as
man.
soon as we leave.
And the baby's going to be fussing. It should be interesting.
And the cows are gonna moo and wait.
Oh, well, we won't have the cows in the van.
I'm the livestock killer, but we could probably still hear them.
Yeah. So we're going to take the goats down the first time. That should be interesting. Shirley will have a video of it. A bunch of goats in the van on a 7-hour drive. We'll document that experience. But after that, we're going to take another move. And we're not going to bring, like, Ladybug is in milk right now. We can't bring her down because if she's down there, there's no one down there to milk her. She needs to be milked daily. So what we're going to do is bring Ladybug down with us on our final move. And that way she goes with us and she's there and we can keep her in milk. Our goal is to keep her in milk. She's not going to be bred for another probably bred in June. And then we want to keep her on milk for months after she's been bred. Our goal is to get her to about like November time period. And then through the winter, we can dry her off, give her a couple months as she's getting the final stage of that pregnancy. We are hoping to, while she is dried off, have a goat in milk. So we can kind of shift the interest, the whole milking thing we're doing from the cow. We can go over and transition to goat and do the goat milk thing for a couple months while the cow gets a break. Because we are burning through milk. We love having farm fresh milk. And it would just be it would be a bummer to have to go buy milk at this point. So that's the plan. As far as chickens go, the chickens will be going down with us. At the same time, Ladybug goes down. Same with the dog. So the bulk of the animals will go with the big move. And we're going to have a caravan. So we should put like a big Homesteady banner on the caravan and just drive down that 7-hour drive with like 7 Homesteady trucks and like cow, goats, chickens, everything. That'd be quite the sight to see. So it should be interesting. Let's take another question. I see we have another question here. Caden says, I'm somewhat confused. Are you just using the goats for meat or you'll be milking them as well? You're always saying how their milk is inferior to cow's milk. You're right, Caden. I do think goat milk is inferior to cow's milk. I'll make some enemies with that saying. Inferior is not the right word. Goat's milk is a different product. It has a different flavor. It has different uses. You can't make goat cheese with cow milk, and we love goat cheese. So goat's milk has its own awesome traits. However, if I have to choose one, and this is what I always say, it's not that goat is inferior or a worse product. It's if I have to choose one milk to have on my homestead, it's going to be cow. Because I really love cream. We love making butter. We love the rich Jersey milk. To be fair, not all cow's milk is the same either. There are cows out there that I would probably not want compared to our cow Ladybug. So just, you can't, in my opinion, the Jersey milk is the best. Now, we would like to do goat's milk for the cheese. We'd like to do goat's milk just, again, to give our cow a break. These Nubians we bought, we actually got the one doe that we got because I have been watching for years. Kendra's aunt has been working these Nubian lines and just creating a really great dual-purpose animal. It is a big, meaty animal, and it is a great milk producer. So for a homesteader, you can get like a gallon of milk, and you can also get a very meaty, like male animal. You can get both out of the Nubian. Now, our primary purpose for having Nubians is goat's milk, but every male that is birthed is going to be, unless it's a breeder male, is going to be for meat. So we're really going to just supplement what we're bringing in. Plus, goats are fantastic animals for pasture management. I know I rag on goats all the time, and I still do. Goats are still a ton of work. Yesterday's video, you saw I was spending an entire day trying to keep the goats contained. They are always trying to break out. It's always chaos with the goats. So I rag on them, and with good reason. They've earned their reputation of just being like these troublesome animals. But they have a ton of personality, and we do value their products. Plus, when you have goats in a pasture, they will eat the weeds, but they do not browse on, for example, clover or any of the lower down browse that like a cow needs. So we can improve the pastures in Pennsylvania by having a few goats, work the pastures, take care of the weed problem, but leave the nitrogen fixers there to continue improving the fields. Because one of the things we have to do on that property is improve the quality of the pasture.
And like the goats like makes the cow like have all the stuff the cow needs to eat, so it doesn't have, like the cow doesn't have to find all its food.
Yeah.
And the high weedy stuff.
My son's bringing out that point that the goats and the cow, they'll eat different things. If we just have the cow, she won't eat the weeds, and it would be nice to just have the pastures maintained. So we'll have the cow go through, then we'll have the goat go through, and we'll kind of keep working our pastures with that cycle of different animals, which on a homestead is one of the pluses. It's hard as a farm when you really scale up and make a business out of something to do a lot of different animals. But as a homesteader, it's easier because you can have, the more time and flexibility you can have a few different small groups come through, and it works really well that way. Hi.
Hi.
Oh, we got a special guest this morning. You gonna help me live stream? Yeah? Okay. You gonna take some questions? So I hope that answers your question, Caden. Lindy wants to know, how many animals are you planning to add once you're settled onto the new larger property? One of the things that we're doing, and this is a good bit of advice for anybody who's going to be homesteading in the future, is we're not making too many plans as far as what we're going to do. Yeah? Oh, you're going to hit the keyboard? We're not making too many plans right now as to what we're actually going to be doing. He sees himself on the screen. He's saying, baby. That's, yeah. You say hi? Just enjoy a baby moment here. When you are planning to go to a homestead, it's easy to say like, oh, I can't wait. I'm going to do chickens, and I'm going to do goats, and I'm going to do pigs. And I'm going to go to the farmer's market, and I'm going to sell, pastured poultry, farm fresh chicken. The problem with that is you set yourself up for disappointment, because if you get to a property and you find out this property can't sustain what I want. Let's say you want to have goats, but it's a really hard property to fence, and there's a lot of poisonous plants for goats. It might not be the right fit. Or, oh, I want to do pastured poultry, but you don't have any good pasture. It's very wet, or, just a mire. The point is, if you get too many big ideas and plans before you get there, you're just setting yourself up for disappointment. And if you're going to do a business, you're also setting yourself up for failure, because you don't know what the market there needs or wants. So we have to do market research as far as the business goes, and we have to do we have to spend a lot more time on the property, looking at it, seeing what it can handle and what it can do and what it needs. Animals fix problems. It's amazing how you can use livestock to improve your pastures. Oh, that's Mama? You heard Mama? All right, well, good to see you. Bye-bye. You can improve the quality of bad pastures with different livestock. If you have a lot of weeds, well, maybe more goats is better than more beef or dairy cows. If you have really good quality pastures, you don't want to run pigs in there because they'll destroy them. Although I've been to this property many times, I've never looked at it through the eyes of somebody who is going to farm it or actually work it. So although I know the layout and what's there, I don't know on a really up close and personal level what is best for it. So we're planning on just bringing what we have and maintaining what we have when we get there. But then this next year, I'm going to spend a lot of time just observing, looking at the place, looking at its needs, and adapting what we are doing to that property. When you're going to a new homestead, you can bring one thing. If you want to have chickens that first year, just get some chickens. Or if you really want to have a couple goats, sure, get a couple goats. But maybe just do one thing. That way you can really focus on the property and what it needs and what it can support. And then your next thing will be that much more successful. Yeah?
Nobody's gonna be like, this property can handle anything. It's 100 acres.
Yeah.
What do you say it can't handle? There's been horses on it before.
There are a lot of horses right now. There's sheep and goats on the next door property, so we know it can take a lot. We're just not sure what is right for us on our side. So everyone's saying good morning. We got a lot of questions here. Awesome. Let's see. Dustin, what are the boots you wear? Dustin, I wear muck boots. And I believe the ones I have are the wetland. I think they're called the wetland muck boot. I have, okay, so great question, and I'll add the boots to this. In the link below, or in the description below, I have a link to the page on our website where all the gear is that we use. Everything. Now, it doesn't have everything because I'm constantly being asked, what about this? And, oh yeah, I got to add that. And I don't think the muck boots are on it yet, Dustin, but later I'll add them so you can see the exact pair. I love the muck boots because I can step into them. I got 4 kids, I got animals, I got all kinds of stuff. I'm constantly walking out the door with my arms full, just rushing out to do something. And I hate a pair of work farm mud boots that you need to sit down and like pry on. And I have a big, giant, weird foot. Yeah, anyway. So I like to have a boot that I can just quickly step into, but then once I step into it, it stays on my foot snug. And those muck boots, you can step into them quick, but then they kind of cup to the foot at the heel, and they work really, really well. I love the muck boots. And taking them off is easy, but they don't fall off. I hate having to come inside at the end of the day and like pry them off. So I really like the muck boots. They've held up. They've been very durable. They're comfortable. I use them for farming. I use them for hunting. They're great stuff. So I'll add that to that page, Dustin. Anyone else who's looking for any of the gear we use, link below to our website for all the gear. A lot of the links there are affiliate links, so we get a bonus if you purchase from them, but not all of them. If it's a good piece of equipment and I can't find it on Amazon, I'll still link to it because I want you to know what's good and what's not. We use a ton of stuff here. We work it hard, and I'm very confident in all the gear that we list there. We've used and we love, and we're 2 thumbs up on it. So even if we don't make any bonus from sending you to a piece of equipment on the list, I'd rather you just get the right equipment than trying to find something on Amazon I could make money from, but might not be the right thing. And I'd rather just tell you what we use and what's good. Carib says, are you moving states? Are there regulations moving animals across states? We are moving states. We're moving to Pennsylvania from Connecticut. And there are regulations. So one of the things you have to do before you move states with your livestock is find out what the laws are in the new state as far as bringing livestock from a previous state. Something we're going to have to do is get the vet that you saw in a previous video from a week or so ago back to the farm. He will inspect the animals for healthiness, make sure they all look good. He'll fill out a form that says, yep, they look great, you can bring them in. And at that point, we can bring them in, proving that they're of good health. We're not bringing some disease into the state of Pennsylvania. Eusis says, what is the size difference of your current property for the new property? Do you intend to increase the amount of animals, especially cows? Great question. We are on 10 acres here, and we're going to be moving to a 100-acre farm. The family farm, it's been in Kay's family for generations. It's 100 acres. It's beautiful. And there are lots of big fields that we can work with. I would definitely like to do more cows. I really like cows. They're a calming animal. When you spend time working with cows, and I know there's bad cows out there and things, but like our dairy girls, Ladybug and Luna, they're just a calming presence on the farm. I just can sit there and like pet Luna and work next to Ladybug, and it's quiet and it's relaxing. I go into the barn and I start working with the goats, and they're butting into you and they're jumping up on you and they're squeezing through things and knocking hay bales down, and you're just like, no, hey, cut that out, get over here. Goats like get me anxious. Cows like settle me. They just settle me down. So when it comes to future animals, like I said before, we're going to look at the needs of the property and what it can handle, what it can take. But yes, I would like to do more cows. And I actually would like to do, if we have a lot more cows, we don't want to run a big dairy. I want to keep breeding Luna and Ladybug. And of course, each year at that point, we'll be selling, if we have heifers, we'll be selling heifers, mini Jersey, disease-free, closed herd, A2A2 genetic heifers. So that'll be something that we'll be able to sell over the years and make money from our cows that way. But I probably would look into in the future start doing some beef too, because I'd like to maintain those pastures. If I don't have to mow, that's better for me. And if I can bring them in, beef cows, have them maintain the fields, and then at the end of the year, sell a couple sides of beef to different family or friends, or even, local restaurants and that sort of thing. That's definitely something I'd be interested in doing. So we'll see. Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Lisa's a frequent commenter on our videos. She says, will you run your chickens through as well after cow and goat? I'm assuming, Lisa, you're talking about running through the pasture. And yes, definitely. One of the nice things, as the cow goes first, then maybe some goats behind it, we can follow up with chickens. Chickens will go through and pick through the cow pies and find whatever grain has passed through the cow. Often will pass right through into the poop, and the chickens can kind of peck at it and scratch it, break it up for us, and then finally maybe broadcast a little bit of fresh seed and give it some time off, let the good grass grow back, just kind of mob grazing different animals through those pastures. Now again, we'll see what the needs are. We'll watch it in real time. One of the best things about being able to do this full time now is that I can really pay attention to what's happening every day. We can mob graze and see what is it doing. Is this helping or is this hurting? So if the chickens wind up needing to go before the cow to restore the pastures, maybe we'll do that. Again, it's one of those things that there's no set law to pasture management. It's something you have to be flexible with, and observation and having someone who knows what they're doing is very helpful. I'm not that someone, so I intend to, when we get there, find somebody who really knows pasture, who can help kind of coach us through the early days of rotational grazing, because what we do here is not what we're going to be doing there. Here is more homestead, small scale, just you got what you got and you work with it. But I'd like to there really manage those pastures. So that's what we're hoping for. Kevin asks a great question. What is the one thing you know that you will do different in Pennsylvania? Oh man, Kevin, that's such a good question.
Horses?
No, not horses, One thing that I will do, that I know I will do different. Most of the mistakes we've made with this homestead have been related to not having the right infrastructure first, not planning before the animal arrived, poor planning and poor infrastructure, poor management. We've got in over our heads. We've gotten too much at different times when our lifestyle didn't fit it. So I know for a fact where we're going to have better infrastructure. We're going to have a better setup. We're going to be able to fit the things we want to do. But I think, I know I've talked about this a lot, but kind of what I said already, we showed up here and we just started doing stuff. We didn't take time and observe. And I think the biggest difference is this homestead, we're going there, we're not like brand new and like want to do everything. Quick, get all the animals, get all the chickens, do it all. We've done all this, and we are bringing some animals there, but they can all fit in the barn and in the space around the house. I think one of the biggest differences is we're going to go there and we're just going to take some time to observe what's there before we rush into anything. And that will definitely be a difference. And another thing I'm going to do that's definitely different, that I know for a fact we're going to do, is I'm going to put up good, excuse me.
Good fencing?
Yeah, good quality fencing. I'm actually talking about maybe putting up on the perimeter a high tensile perimeter fence, good quality, even if we have to do it in stages, because here we did a lot of like just quickly tacking stuff to trees and welded wire and things, and it's just, you're always fixing that. So this next place, another thing is much better fencing, good quality from the start. So great question, Kevin. I wish I had more time to think about it. I feel like there's something I could give you that would be even better, but yeah. Justin wants to know, have we sold our farm yet? they're looking for something like what we've described. You're currently in Northwest Connecticut. No, we haven't. We've not sold the farm, and we are not in contract, but we do have an offer. So Justin, if you want to, I think there's a link below in the description to the page to get more information. Or you can just search it on Zillow, or email me. I'll get you the information. But you got to move quick because we got an offer in the works. So check it out. Michelle wants to know if we've ever tried raising quail. We have not, but that's on
But I wanted to.
My son has wanted to. We almost did for him last year.
But quails were like $20,000 one.
Yeah.
Expensive.
Oh, well, that was not quail. That was something different. But we'll do quail probably. That might be a next year thing. Brian says his friend Cliff runs a nice hunting channel called Kill 'Em Outdoors. He also lives near PA border in Clymer, New York. You would enjoy his deer hunting stuff. Thanks for the tip, Brian. I do love hunting channels. I watch a lot of them, so I'll check it out.
Every night.
Oh, great question. Danielle asks, good morning from Minnesota. That's not what she asks. She says, we're curious what's been your best income producing investment on your homestead so far? Okay, the best income producer on this farm has always been pastured pigs. I say pastured pigs because they're out on pasture, but you do have to feed them grain. So we won't talk about that right now. But anyway, pigs has been the best money maker for us because it's something people really want. It's great quality, and I can ask a very good price around here. I ask $10 to $15 per pound. And if I sell it whole or half, I ask about $8 per pound whole. So I can make a nice amount of profit on pigs, but they are a heavy investment. And it takes a long time to make that money back, especially if you have to build the infrastructure. So another great investment is we've done on-farm classes. And those are nice because they're low overhead. You already have the stuff there, and you're just teaching people knowledge. And so we have transitioned over the last few years. We've really laser focused in on two things. We did an on-farm butcher class, which I charged anywhere from $50 one year. One year I got as high as like $100, but I had some equipment included. I tried a lot of different things. Around here, the sweet spot was kind of like $65. People would come and pay and do it. I'd have about 5 or 6 people on a Saturday. I'd take one whole day. I'd make about $300. And it was, except for the price of the chicken, which was $10 per bird, the rest was all profit. So
a mindstorm in no time. $100 a day.
My son's doing Lego math. He's always saving up for a new Lego set. Which, by the way, if we get any super chats today, when my son runs the program, I split the super chats with him so that he can buy his Lego sets. But he's saving up now for what's called Lego Mindstorm, and we want him to save for that for a long time because it's really complicated and it involves a lot of computer work. And I'm worried we'll have to buy him his own computer just so he can play with his Mindstorm. So
maybe just jump into the company of it.
Or just become a Lego employee. There you go.
Yeah.
Trevor wants to know, what animal would you get if you could get any animal? Any more animals, like
Cows.
another animal.
Cows.
So in addition to what we have, Trevor, I think, yeah, I would like to do beef cows. If it works for us in the next property, I would like to do some beef cows. Try that out. Rolling Homestead, what is the most useful animal on your homestead? Oh man, useful animal.
Cow.
Hands down, that dairy cow. She mows the lawn. She turns it instantly into another product.
I mow the lawn.
You mow some of the lawn. I got to get a camera on this guy. He's like my co-host over here with the funny commentary. She mows the lawn. She turns it into a product instantly. That milk is amazing. We can do so many different things. Pigs make amazing product, but it's all meat. The cow makes butter and milk and yogurt. We can take that milk and we can feed other animals with it. So we've been feeding these goats. These are really high quality goats. Just hit start and stop. Looks like our camera went down, which tells me we're at the half-hour mark. That's my warning. So that cow has just does so much, yields so much. It produces amazing quality products. It also produces more cows. The milk has been used to feed the goats. They're very high dollar, high value goats. And so I'm turning milk into another high dollar, high value product. Overall, you can do so much with a dairy cow, and it's a really easy animal to keep if you have a well-trained cow and the right infrastructure for it, and you don't mind the daily routine of milking that cow and caring for the cow.
Should like the red dot be there on this corner?
It's okay. Oh yeah, you can hit stop it so it doesn't record. Great question. A couple people asked about the Homesteady link for Canada. Will the Homesteady link work with Amazon.ca? I appreciate, if you don't know what Homesteady is, guys, you can support this channel without spending an extra dime. All you do when you go shopping at Amazon is type in homesteady.com and it forwards you onto Amazon. Doesn't cost you an extra penny, but we get an affiliate bonus from it, and it has been a really significant source of income for this channel.
You're going to confuse them with coin mass. Diamond pennies are the same thing.
And so it's a really good way to support the channel without spending any extra money. We really appreciate it. I am not currently set up for it to work with Amazon.Canada, but there is a way I can do it. And now that I see a lot of people are asking, I will get into working on that and set it up for you, because we love the support. It's been great. It's helping us to do this full time. And we really appreciate that you guys want to do that. It's a huge help. Victor asks, what was one of your biggest regrets? Victor, that is an awesome question. We definitely have had regrets over the years of doing this, homesteading. We've made some good decisions. We've made some bad decisions. And I would say the biggest regret I had was the year that, and you guys watched it happen, we brought too many goats, too many sheep onto this homestead, while at the same time I had a full-time, it was my own business, but I was running it full-time. I had a ton of work to do, and everything just kind of fell apart. We lost animals to poison plants and to worms, and it was just a mess. And that's just a good example of when you take on too much. Now I could do that many animals because all I'm doing full-time now is Homesteady, so I can spend the time with those animals. But before, I had clients and I had to work on their projects and I had to do video shoots, and I didn't have time to care for that many animals. And at the time, Kay was pregnant, so she couldn't handle the load she's doing now. And it was just, yeah, it was a bad year. And that's the year that we finally said, we're done. We're going to take a break and go on a cross-country road trip. And that never happened. We never quit. We love homesteading, but we definitely got burned out. And taking on too much is a surefire way to burn out. Hey, we just got a super chat.
Yes!
My son just got excited. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the super chat. Your guys' support of this channel, we can't do it without you, and it's been huge. So thank you so much to Lisa. Lisa is a very faithful watcher of lots of our videos. She's always commenting, and you want to say thank you?
Yeah, and how much cash was it?
He wants to know how much. You'll see your total at the end of the show there, son. But come on over and say thank you. So that'll help fund the Mindstorm.
Yep.
Say thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
All right, so let's get to we're going to take another question or two, and then we're going to finish up here. So I want to try to get the last questions. Caden wants to know, have we ever thought of raising rabbits? Caden, I have thought about it many times.
Jenny has wanted it. But they would be for meat, and she would be terrified.
Yes.
Once she fell in love with those rabbits.
We'd have to get them. I'd want to do meat rabbits. I don't want to do the fiber ones, and I don't know if my daughters are ready yet for meat rabbits. They handle everything else real classy, but I don't know if they could do. So we'll see. Maybe meat rabbits in a year or two. I would definitely like to do it. All right, one more question. Make sure I got them all. Lorenzo wants to know, will we get sheep? Maybe. Barefoot backyard.
Barefoot homestead backyard.
I don't see the question, barefoot backyard. I just see they tagged us. Good morning, good morning. Okay, last question. Courtney's another super fan. Courtney's comments on lots of our videos. Thanks for watching, Courtney. Where would I find out what pasture certain animals need? Also, would you think about using hedgerows instead of traditional fence? Good question, Courtney. So if you're looking for specific pasture needs for the animal, you have a few different things to consider. The animal's needs, which you can find, I often will read a stories guide. They're great guides, STOREY. You can get them on Amazon through our link. They're great books for whichever livestock you're considering. Excuse me. So great info there if you're looking for the nutrition and the care of your animal. I always like to go with a book, but then you're going to have to figure out what grows locally. So if you want to know, the best way to do it is find a farmer in the area who has that livestock and talk to them, find out what they're feeding, what they're growing, and whoever you wind up buying your livestock from, if they're local, talk to them. If they're not local, like we bought Ladybug from Virginia, and a lot of stuff that they're using in Virginia might not work the same here in Connecticut. Now as we go to Pennsylvania, it might. But anyway, the point is find out from who you bought it, what they're getting, find out from locals what they're using, and read in the books to find out what the requirements are. That, trifecta should do you just right. Thank you so much to everybody who joined us for this morning, the live stream. Thank you, Lisa, for the super chat. The support is huge. We can't do this channel without all your support, and the support, whether it's financially or by watching our videos every day and spreading the news, telling others about our channel. We really can't do it without you. If you want to make sure you don't miss anything we produce here at Homesteady, link below, sign up to our email list. We're going to talk next week about this, but there's a really big channel out there that it's all about ducks, and he just lost his channel. It got taken away, and just the rug's been pulled out from underneath him, and it totally, watching this has made me feel very sad, because I know how much work goes into these channels and how much effort you put into it, and that's why I have this email list, because the fact is tomorrow this channel could be shut down. We share things on this channel that not everybody agrees with. We show how to, raise and process your own meat, and we, teach you how to use animals in great ways, but some people don't like using animals like they're supposed to on the farm. Some people don't want to eat them for meat.
Some people want them for pets.
Yep, so there are things that bother people, and the channel could disappear tomorrow, just like it did to this other guy's. And if you want to make sure that even if this channel were to disappear, you get all our videos, I'm not going to stop making content. Get on that email list, because even if YouTube didn't exist tomorrow, my email list will, and our videos will still come to you every Friday. I send out everybody on the email list all our videos. So click on the link below for those. And thanks for joining us this morning. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Will be Sunday Q&A, and then next week we got a lot of videos planned for you. We'll see you then.